Indeed, indeed. Let's do it. Let's do it. So we've got questions. You've got questions. You can put them in the top chat here in the chat. Make sure it's on the live because sometimes it goes to the top. There we go. And that's why I put my email address in here. You can always email me if you have any questions or concerns. Okay, great. So we're talking about getting perfect credit. What's perfect credit? Getting that 800 credit score. All right. So FICO, highest achievers, individuals who have the 800 credit score. All right. 800 credit. Jerome better be on point. That's right. 800 credit score, 800 plus. That's considered perfect credit, 800 and above. Okay. How do you get to that level? We're talking about that today, which we've talked about in the past as well. But I think more than ever, people are very interested, and I have other questions as well to go over. But 35% is on-time payment history. Okay. So we know on time, all the time, 100% on time. That's what we're looking for. Okay. Ah, Russ saying you can use StreamBot to give all your chat contact information. Okay. All your chat information. That'll save time during the stream. Sounds good. Excellent. Sounds good. I never use no bots usually, but I'm going to take a look. Okay. Sounds good. So 35% is on-time payment history. Okay. And that's no late payments. Everything's on time. Now that's what we attack when we're disputing these negative, nasty, erroneous items. That's actually the biggest percentage. 35% is payment history. Everything else is under that. 30%, 15%, 10%, 10%. So when you want to get good positive history, you want that 800 credit score, you've got to have all on-time payment history. Yes, highest FICO achiever says 98%, no missed payments at all. No collections, no public records. And if they have a net missed payment, it's 4 years or older. So really no missed payments. Okay. And that's what we want to get to. No missed payments. Okay. So if you've got collections, charge-offs, repossessions, foreclosures, collection, anything, public records, 609creditrepair.com, and we can do the work for you here at the Awesome Life Group. Okay. So 30% is your amount of debt. Okay. 30% is your amount of debt. Less than 7% utilization on this amount of debt. That's how you are able to get the highest level of your credit score. So individuals who are at 30%, good start, 10%, all right, but less than 7%, utilizing 3 revolving credit cards, bang, 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 paying those off every month and utilizing them every month. Again, I've said I've used 2 credit cards in the past and my credit score came down, and using 3 actually brought it back up, paying it off every time. And yes, keeping the revolving and open-end accounts owed less than $2,500. Now, this is very intriguing. So basically they're saying, hey, don't carry a balance and don't carry large amounts, but have a lot of available credit. Now, what do you mean by using it? Can you charge more than $2,500? Yes, it's just you're paying it off before you carry this huge amount of more than $2,500. You can charge that up. You just pay it off every month. Okay. Alex Express Short says, Brandon don't need no bots. You got Jerome. That's right, Jerome. You better be putting out this information, okay? You better be putting out the emails. People can email me after this. I get to talking, I get to rolling, I get to answering questions, and I may miss a question or two. And I want to make sure I answer your questions. Believe me, I was up this morning on the weekend doing the emails in the office, working on getting people to the other side. I'm telling you, we are doing it. We are getting great results for our customers and clients. So 609creditrepair.com, we can do the work for you at theawesomelife.com, right? 15% is your length of credit history, okay? Now, of course, I'm a little bit, newer to credit, even if I have, 15 plus years, 16 plus years, 20 plus years, whatever it may be. The oldest account for the highest FICO achievers, and I still have an 800 credit score thing. It's great because it's 15%. Thank goodness only 15% is your credit history. Age of oldest account time since your oldest account was opened is 25 years. Okay. So maybe I have, closing in on that, but I still got to work on the history myself, but it's okay. It's only 15%. Okay. Wow. Alex also says, Brandon set my personal credit straight 4 years ago, and I've never looked back. Great service. Thank you very much. I'm glad that you're still coming back to Tribe. Let the tribe know. This is individuals who are getting results, letting you know that you could be next. Okay. Now, you've got an old account on there. You say, Brandon, I got an old account on there, 10, 15 plus years, but I got some late payments. Okay. What do you want to do with that? You want to dispute the late payments. You want to update them to positive. You want to get the goodwill letters going because you do want to keep that good positive history. You want those long history, that long history available to you. So, oldest account, keep the oldest account open, fresh, nice, and clean and positive. And if it's closed, it's all good too, but it's old and it's positive. Okay. Average age of accounts. The average age of your accounts is 9 years or more. Okay. So I had to work on this. This was one of the reasons why I believe my credit score, when I first started getting all those frequent flyer travel cards and all that good stuff, my credit score came down not only because of the hard inquiries, but because of that's right, the average age of the accounts got a little bit younger. Now, it's okay. Over a period of time, it'll come back up, and it did for me, and I'm back up in the 800s. So thank goodness the credit history is the length of your credit history, the length is only 15%. So my amount of debt, my credit utilization is great. 30% amount of debt, 35% payment history. That's a big chunk right there. 65%. Perfect, right? Get that perfect. 15% length of credit history. Working on it, get it up there. Boom, boom, boom. Then 10% is the amount of new credit. So, yes, hard inquiries among themselves can bring the score down. The credit history can bring the score down if, not older. But in the FICO app, you can actually look in. If you have the FICO app, it'll actually tell you. Age of the most recently opened account, time since the newest account was opened. The highest achievers, 6 years and 2 months. So typically, they're not looking for a lot of credit, not looking for a lot of new credit. So if you are looking for a lot of new credit, okay, and you're doing it all at once and you knock it out, so that's kind of what I did. I did it over, I'm going to say probably over a year or so. I was getting these travel card sign up bonuses, okay? Over that period of time, bang, then didn't really apply for too much more. Had some business credit, didn't apply for too much more after that. And I'm a credit healed, okay? And was able to get back up in the 800s. Having all the available credit, so yeah, it came down a little bit. Then having all the available credit really helped my credit score. The highest FICO achievers, 10% is your credit mix. The revolving accounts, number of revolving accounts being used or reported, the highest FICO achievers have 12 revolving accounts, okay? 12 revolving accounts. So, again, I'm not saying go out and get them all at once and, have to do this, but over a period of time, you may have a lot of available credit, okay? And you're able to utilize them, three revolving accounts, and you keeping the others open, okay? And you say, oh, do I have to use them? Do I have to absolutely use them to make sure that, as long as you're using 3, hey, I use 3. I have other available credits. But still up in the 800s, okay? Installment loans are important as well. Credit mix, okay? Credit mix. So if you have all this available credit and you're using these good lines of credit, but you're saying, oh, well, I need to get a better credit mix, then you might look for installment loans. I'm not saying you have to get a car loan or you have to get a mortgage loan or you have to get a certain loan. But if you want to get to the highest level, then you can get some maybe self-Inc, self-lender, secure loan, or maybe you do have a car note and that's helping you. You're like, okay, well, maybe I'm going to finance my car. That can be helpful to my credit score if you're already doing that. Or I have a mortgage that has a couple late payments. I'm going to make sure to update the positive. Okay. So Now, if you've got 12 revolving accounts, all right, okay, 7 of them are supposed to be big bank cards, okay, 7. So you're like, oh, well, I've got 12 store cards. That's not going to get you the highest level, okay? 7 of them big bank cards. The Chases, the B of A's, the Barclays, that kind of stuff, okay? But the rest can be store cards. So 35% payment history, 30% amount of debt, 15% is length of credit history, 10% is amount of new credit, 10% is credit mix, okay? So you've got the blueprint, you've got the plan. If you've got negative items, if you've got collections, charge-offs, all this negative stuff, we can do the work for you. The Awesome Life Group, right now, we're standing by. Cornita's on the live chat right now. We're in the office right now, on the weekend, okay? 609creditrepair.com. You can get the Beyond Committed package if you want the do-it-yourself option, or we can do the work for you at theawesomelifegroup.com, all right? So we've got some questions here. Know an individual who's got some questions, okay? ZB says, my credit score was in the 500s. Now my credit score is 750. Brandon is very responsive and so down to earth. I've purchased several homes and multifamily properties. Several homes. This individual went from the 500s, probably really couldn't get approved for much. Now with a 750 credit score, is able to get homes, multifamily properties, building wealth, cash flowing, has assets, has that credit, has that good credit, is able to change their lives. We're able to help you get to the other side. Credit can be the backbone. It can be the foundation of building wealth for you and your family and generational wealth. I'm telling you. C. Lee, I got an old collection removed recently thanks to the letter. Leah, I remember was emailing in, needed some help, was sending a messaging here, and now got some items off. It's fantastic. Late payments. See, Leah was saying late payments. I had another question about late payments. Okay. So if you've got good on-time payment history with a specific line of credit now, right? So you've had a couple late payments, you're good all on time now. You do want to maintain that good positive history. Now, if they're late payments on a collection or a charge off, those are negative. Those are negative items. Those are really not late payments you're going after. You're going after the entire account on collections and charge offs. But if the account is in good standing now, you're utilizing it, and or right, you got some late pays from the past or current, a little bit more current or whatever, you can dispute those late payments. Yes, you can dispute those late payments. Now, if the account is closed and it's got a few late payments, but it's still majority of it's positive, it's not a collection or charge off, you can dispute just those late payments. And you can use goodwill letters. Okay, you can do both. This is very helpful to me. It's helped many of the clients and customers that we have. This is very solid, very, very solid. Let's see, questions. How do you respond to the collector sending you a letter? Eric says, so like a dunning letter. So they might send you a letter that says something like, oh, if you don't respond within the next 30 days, we're just going to assume this debt is yours. Well, that's interesting. Why don't you provide some proof? Why don't you provide some proof that the debt? Why are you assuming it's mine? Strange, right? Why don't you just say, we have proof, this is yours, this is what you need to pay. They send a dunning letter, just little statement saying, oh, well, if you don't respond in 30 days, we're just going to assume it's yours. Does that sound like they have proof and evidence that this is yours? Doesn't sound like it. So you can send a collection validation letter back to them, okay? Now, sometimes you don't see those dunning letters sent to you. You don't get them. They don't send them, whatever. Even if they don't send them and you see collections on your account, you can send collection validation letters to them. Oftentimes, these letters can help you get these negative items off. I had an individual recently who emailed in and said, hey, do I need to follow up with the bureaus because the collector just said they're going to take this negative item off of my credit reports? The collector sent in the mail a letter saying, hey, we're going to cease all collection activity and we're going to remove it from the 3 credit reports. They said, do I need to follow up with the credit bureaus? Should I send a copy of this proof to the credit bureaus that they're going to remove this? I said, yes. Send that to them. Send that with your next round of letters. They're going to have to take this off. Okay? This is the type of stuff we're doing here. This type of stuff we're talking about. 609creditrepair.com. We can do the work for the Awesome Life Group. Okay? Question. I have about 6 collections with not much of the balance or anything. Not much at all to them. Okay? Probably smaller collections. Is it possible to get them removed by January of 2022? Trying to get a new place to live. All right. Fabian Jones. Appreciate it. So, yes. The short answer to that is yes. Now, to explain further, not only can you dispute, or we can dispute with the bureaus or the collectors. That's fantastic. But when you say, okay, well, it's a smaller amount, it's not as much debt. What happens is these creditors and collectors are trying to, they're businesses. They're trying to maximize their returns. So when they get a portfolio and these collectors purchase all this stuff and they're hoping to get as much as they can, some of the smaller items, they're going to say, well, why even spend the time and energy and resources and cash and all this stuff to try to fight and play games and quote unquote verify when they really can? They really don't have proof. So it may be a simpler situation for you, but you stay on your grind, you keep sending the letters, you keep disputing. I believe that, yes, January, yes, I think you can, because it's summertime, right? I'm about to go into August. I think you got a few rounds of letters, bang, 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 get them out of there. You should be able to get your place. You say 6 collections, not a lot of debt. Should be really good. All right. Not to send the letters. Excellent. JS Valdez. Hey, collector's not reporting on my credit reports. So it's a little outside of credit repair right now, but wants to know, hey, they're calling, they're sending mail. What's going on? Okay. So you got some options. You could always send a cease and desist letter. Cease and desist letter to stop them from calling. They'll send stuff in the mail, but they'll stop calling. If you'd like, you can send a dispute letter to them right now, collection validation letter to dispute things. Or you could wait, okay? Perhaps they never put it on your credit reports because they don't have proof, right? Maybe they're just trying to get you to pay and they don't want to put it on the credit reports because they don't have proof. Or they're going to try and put it on later and you could dispute it later. Okay, so you have options. You could dispute now, you dispute later, you can send it to cease and desist. This is the type of stuff that you have available to you in that Beyond Committed package. Now, if you're saying, okay, well, I want to, send the letter and potentially knock this off to where they say, okay, we'll just leave you alone, then so be it. We've got the collection validation letters, okay? But if it's not on there right now, you may not have to sweat it, okay? Francisco just mailed out my first round of letters. Thanks for all you do. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yes. First round going out. Excellent. All right. Michael, thank you very much for the super chat. Okay. So you're in a situation with your credit. All right. If you have unverified items on your credit reports, negative, unverified, inaccurate reporting, that kind of stuff, you can dispute negative items. Okay. You may be in a situation where, we can't give financial or legal advice and that kind of stuff. But if you have some of those items that you're dealing with, those can be separate. So the reporting can oftentimes be separate from what you're dealing with potentially with the financial side of things. So if your credit score is having issues in your credit reporting, then those things can be disputed. Those unverified items can be disputed. But the financial side of things may be a little bit separate, depends in your situation, Mike. So I would need to know more information. So you could go ahead and email me. Okay, email me. Cool. And thank you very much for the super chat. This is great. So I have a Care credit card. It's a charge off and sold to a collection company, but the collection company hasn't hasn't reported to my credit report yet. Cool. How can I resolve this? Excellent. So we were talking about this before. So you can dispute with the bureaus, dispute this unverified charge off out of there, right? Get it out of there, and dispute any collection that they might be sending you, right? So they might be sending you some stuff in the mail. You could send collection validation letters and potentially stop them from reporting. Maybe they might not even be reporting. A Care credit might actually be holding it, and they might not be selling it to a third party. If you do get something from a third party, you could send something to them, to the collector. Now, since it's with the original creditor and it's a charge off, you can dispute directly with the bureaus and have them try to quote unquote verify that way. You should be able to dispute and get negative, nasty, erroneous items out of there. Okay. Alex Express Shorts, thank you for helping me start my trucking business. You're very welcome. Good to see you back. Alex, thank you very much for the super chat. I just started scrolling down to see the super chat. And congratulations on your trucking business. That's excellent. That's the type of stuff that we're talking about. He's got his credit squared away. We helped him get his credit. Alex get his credit squared away. Started his trucking business. We have individuals who are buying, real estate, doing real estate investment. You could be next, okay? It is possible. You can get to the other side. 609creditpair.com. We can do the work for you at theawesomelifegroup.com, all right? I got a collection, and I said they will assume it is mine. This is what we're talking about. They'll assume it is mine if I don't respond in a certain date. I got that letter after said date. Okay. What do I do now? Question marks. A lot of question marks. Okay. So they're trying to scare you. So they sent you a dunning letter saying, we're going to assume the debt is, let's say, August 1st. Somebody gets a letter August 1st. Okay. Which is tomorrow. Which is unlikely, right? But let's say it's dated and postmarked for August 1st. And they get it on Monday, which is the 2nd. So all of a sudden, August 1, I say, hey, if we don't hear by September 1, next month, we're just going to assume this debt is yours, right? 30-ish days, 31 days or so, all right? So the date passes, or they postmark it later, trying to play a game, trying to scare you. And now, oh no, they think they got you. No, that's not how it works, okay? I had old accounts. I've seen letters like that. I've, in the past gotten letters like that. I was able to dispute after that because that doesn't change the Fair Credit Reporting Act. It doesn't change the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. They're trying to scare you. They can say all sorts of things. It doesn't necessarily make it true. So you can send the collection validation letters even after that time, even after that 30 days. Oh, we're going to assume it's yours at 30 days. You can still send those letters to collectors. You can still send your letters to the bureaus. You can still dispute and get this negative, unverified junk off of there, okay? Oh, wow. And trucks, flipping houses. This is great due to the credit. That's it. Excellent. Excellent. Wow. Chase sent me a response letter to my cousin's address, but I've never lived there. It is on my reports. I dispute this. Yeah, so they're supposed to send you. That's interesting. I'm not even sure how they got that address, but that's an issue because if they have the wrong address and they're sending things to the wrong address, you can say, "Hey, look, you're sending inaccurate information. You got the wrong address on my reports. You need to delete this stuff immediately." And we have inaccurate dispute letters available at, you guessed it, 609creditrepair.com in the Beyond Committed package. Okay, or we can do the work for you at theawesomelifegroup.com. Samson Empire. Thank you so much. This guy is legit and his program documents work. Samson Empire. I'm glad it's working for you. We appreciate you, individuals, getting from the 500s up into the 700s, 800s, people getting to the other side. Please give this a thumbs up. I appreciate it. If you're watching the replay, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much. Apologize for the mic. Using a new mic today, as you can see, new mic today. So apologize if it wasn't working originally, but I got to get back here. As you saw, we're getting calls, we're getting the consults, we're getting the letters out, we're getting to the other side. 609creditrepair.com. We can do the work for you here at theawesomelifegroup.com. Thank you so much. I love you all so very much. And until I see you in person, I will see you on the other side. Take care.